Alright, I want to welcome everybody. This is my first off video. What we're going to be doing is making some drum and bass from beginning all the way to the end. Everybody wanted to know where my mind sits when I make this stuff, so what the hell. Alright, first thing I usually do when I get in, I'll set my BPMs to that type of speed, which is usually 88 to 90 if I'm using 8 lines per beat. If it's 16, then it's going to be, 160, 158, something like that. Or am I backwards? No, that's right. Yeah. But I like using 8 beats per minute, so that way I'm not focus too far along the pattern editor. Because I like watching when the shit's playing back at the same time as I'm making it. I like watching the waveform up here, and I actually like to use the spectrogram because pretty much at the end I don't have to bother with no mastering, because it's once I set it up here, it's all pretty much going to be, that's how it's played out. On the master track, I'll grab what stuff that what few things I usually use for master. It's usually mastering heavy-handed 6-span squeeze 1, and then the T-Rex after the fact, and I usually use the loud and clear, and it gets really, really loud. Song options, sometimes I'll adjust the track headroom to 0, but for this one I'm not gonna do that. Alright, so even though I'm using 8 lines per beat, Jesus, get it out, 8 lines per beat, I'll still adjust it so that, because on every 4 is going to be our snare. You follow? It's going to be kick on the 0, snare on the 4, kick again on the 10, and snare again on the 12. And then at 16, that's when our pattern loops again for the drums. Alright, so we're going to set this one back at 88 on the BPM side. And this is our time signature that we got here. And some people use the four lines per beat and jump the BPM up to say 160. But I like using the 8, because that way if the ghost notes I can get in there quicker than using the 16. I mean, it gives you more options, when you get down inside, but I don't like keeping my, using my pattern editor all up like that. So that's my own personal preference. Alright, now as far as sounds, one of the first things I'll do is let's go pick one of the breaks out of here. Let's see what we got. That's got too much going on, so it ain't gonna be that one. And I don't like the congas in that. Yeah, just a plain old break. Just a plain old break. That's what we're gonna use right there. Okay. And we're going to set this bitch for 128 time, and then we're going to go back up to track 1. We're going to call this the break track, and we're going to, I might just keep it 64 for the moment. We're going to use this so that way we're going to be hitting 15 lines, and it's going to go right back to the top. And you remember what I told you there, 1, 4, 10, 12. That's our kick, snare, kick, snare. So if you play it straight off, this is what it'll be. Right? Alright, so now you're going to use your S commands to break that shit up. And we'll probably go 10 and see what that does. Yeah, see, it's already there. Now, being it sounding so slow, we're going to jack this shit up. Alright, now you can hear that skipping going on. So now we're gonna go. Oh yeah, that's sounding a better already. There you go. And just that simple. Now, as you can see on our spectrum up here, that's got a lot of low end going on. Well, we're gonna cut that shit out real quick like. So I'm gonna go up here. This is my favorite EQ to use, this equality. And we're gonna kill all this low end resonation going on. Cut these out. Now I believe we got some 800 hertz going on. We're gonna choose a Q. Maybe that. All right, that's 200. That's the 200 that's maxing out there. All right, we're gonna do another one over here on the 1. Gonna bring these back a little bit. Yeah. Bring one more down. About 2. That fucking 200's banging. There we go. You see, we've cut out a lot of that shit on the low end. But I still think we're gonna try and cut some more off here. Not even gonna use that high pass. Alright. Now we're gonna bring our volume down on that. And we're gonna get us a bus compressor going on here. We're gonna level that shit. Breaking that shit down, make it up. Yeah, see, seeing our low ends coming back again. Let's try and swap that, see what, yeah, see, there we go. That's better. That's too much, too much. There we go. Alright, now we got this break going on, right? Okay, what you're gonna do, or a good little trick to do, we're gonna copy that information to the next channel, right? But we're not gonna use that. What you're gonna do is you're gonna make that all the next samples numbers, alright? So now we're gonna solo that, kill that, and now we're gonna go, being that we have that pattern there, that pattern of information, we're gonna see if we can, we're gonna see what we can get to sound, you know, what we can get with that. So we're gonna try this 110th Street and see what that sounds like. It's probably gonna sound like dog shit, but you're gonna find some that do. So alright. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Let me turn this down a bit too, so you guys can hear what the hell I'm saying. But you can take that and just start running down some samples. You feel what I'm saying now? Yeah, I'm feeling that right there. Let's try this. All right. We're gonna change our time up here. We're gonna go, no, we need to go up to 1/4. All right, so now we're doing every 32 lines. And then we're gonna take that, copy it, put it down to the next line. But now we're gonna change this to 2. And we're gonna load up another sample there for this Ain't No Woman 2. So now we've got 1 and 2. And then, oh, don't forget to copy the beat down. So let's see what we got. Yeah, I didn't time that shit right, did I? There we go. Alright. See, now we can start playing with this. We're gonna leave that the way it is for the time being. Alright, so if that's gonna be something for us to start, right? Yeah, because I could hear that starting the down track off right there. So we're gonna go ahead and copy and paste this all through the rest of the pattern. Paste continuously. Now we're gonna turn that off. So now we're doing the whole pattern. Alright, so we're gonna copy that. And now you're gonna go back, cut this track. That way there's nothing going on. Alright, so we might have, let's say, 2 patterns of that, and then we're gonna come in with the beat, right? Right, we'll do that. And I fucked up because I pasted that shit and I deleted it when I copied the damn pattern. Alright, anyhow, so now we've got 2 of the bullshit, which we're gonna call ANW. We're gonna call that one ANW, and we have our break track. Alright. So now what we're gonna do on the ANW track, I think we will do another bus compressor and just keep it with a leveler. Not worrying about taking it, you know, like we did the break. But we're still going to use an EQ on this channel as well. And we're gonna flatten that shit back out. I think I just might use a low end, you know, kill the low end on this channel. So let's take it. Some of those are coming down pretty hard. Alright. Now I think I'm gonna put a phaser on this motherfucker too. I found a good phase shedding is H stage 0, I forget what this, 0 on the phase, feedback is 0, rate you want to take down past just below 1,000, so it's real nice and slow. You're gonna bring the depth up, yeah. Alright, now we're gonna just bring up the phase ever so lightly. I think we're gonna leave that at 0. And bring the rate just up. I think I'm gonna take it to 900. Whoops, wrong 900 there. Wrong 900. 0.09. There we go. Now, being that we can stop it, I'm going to add some room reverb to it. So that way, if we stop it, you got a little bit of something there. And that is not the reverb I'm going to use. I like the MP reverb the best. So we're going to go room. We're going to go dry mix off, wet mix up, width. We're going to start with normal. Pan center. Let's see what this does. Alright, so that's what we got. That's the low gain. You don't want the low gain. Now we're going to start bringing the dry up. I think we just might take it there. Yeah, we're just gonna leave it right there. So that way we got, I'm gonna take the wet down. Let's, there we go. That's better. So you, just so you got a little something, you know, something, a little bit of something on it. All right, so now here we're gonna bring in the break. I'm gonna boost this motherfucker up. Oh, I let it revolve, didn't I? Be a good trick for later on. Yeah. So we're gonna copy this pattern. Go on down to the next one. Okay, being that this break is a little bit low, and I don't want to bring the fader up. I want to be able to use that for headroom. So we're going to go use our fabulous sausage fattener on the back end. Just add that shit. Remember, you don't want too much going on down here with them kicks. So just for the sake of it, start adding some shit. There we go. And see, usually what I'll do too is when I'm making something, like if I start hearing something, I'll mouth it. I'll mouth it too, you know. You know what I mean? Start mouthing some stuff. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know, or if it's a little something else, you know, it always helps to, cause then you can hear it when and it probably ain't gonna sound right at first, but it'll open you up to where you'll be able to go. You know, it'll give you another place to go. And that's of course where I'm hearing next is some bass. So let me see, we're gonna put in a basic sine, and I'm just gonna call this bass. I'm gonna copy one more, and then we're gonna put in, we're gonna see where the hell we're at. I know with this thing it's so low, so we're gonna have to transpose this bitch up about 20 steps. There we go. Let's see. And it's gotta match our A and W. It's gotta match the A and W. So the tone. That's a fifth. That sounds like a fifth. You know, you can just take it all from there. But I know you hear what the hell you can hear it. You can hear what the hell I'm trying to do here. Let's see. I'm wondering if I could take I'll take this and then put that in there too. Let's see. It might be a hell. Just go right with. You know what? Let's do them with the kicks. Let's do the main points with the kicks. So we're gonna go off here, and then 10. One more off. So let's see what that does. We're gonna copy and paste that shit all the way down. We'll see what happens. See, I'm hearing another in there. Alright, so what? Let me try that. Alright, so let's try that then. For every 32. That doesn't sound too bad so far. Paste continuously. Okay, now I'm hearing another one. Alright, let's try this. I'm hearing a stutter here. Let's try that. We're gonna do a walk up from the A up to the C. And you can see it's getting out of hand down here on the bottom now. So we're gonna take a look at what we got here. Yeah, you can see the pops are coming through. So what we're going to do, we're going to copy this bus compressor, bring the fucking volume down. Now we're going to add an EQ on that as well, but we're going to add a high. We're going to add the high there, take that off. We're going to add the high on there. Because all we need is the low shit. We don't need that high poppy shit. And take these back. Because sometimes they can help you on the low end. Let's see what we got on our range. There we go. Yeah, so we'll be cutting that shit off on the low register where you ain't gonna hear it. We're gonna change our slope. A little too much. watch my master over here to my left too, because what you can't see is that my Axe Effects is telling me that we're clipping at this frequency level, so I had to bring it down a little bit. And we're going to see now what it does with the break on top of it too. Nah, no clipping. So that's good. Alright, now for bass effects. Being that we got this channel straight, we're going to make a send to go over here to bass 1. Because it's all EQ'd out and everything just like we like, but we're going to put it before the EQ so we can get all the nasty clips. Because what we're going to do now is add a high pass filter on this track, but we're going to add a distortion, and this let's see, what is it, where is it, yeah. Davis Store. Alright, we got some nasty clips, as you can hear. I'm gonna click some stuff until I hear what I like. Nothing's coming out. Nothing is coming out that I like, so I'm gonna go back the other way. I'll find something else. Alright. I think I'm gonna add another best compressor on this channel too. Take away that so much of the clipping. play it with our bass line that we got now. Keep source. Add some reverb on that as well. A&W anymore, does it? I got an idea. Yeah, because that didn't seem to match much anymore. So what we're going to do now, we're going to keep that bass channel simple and open. And don't take that because we're going to send this over. Oh, I done fucked up. Okay. So we're going to mute source. And that way, whatever is coming on here, we're going to call this the bass follower. Let's try that. And make it ghost note. tricks on you sometimes. So basically we got to start here just using four samples and 4 tracks. All right. So we're going to play it back because I've got 6, 7 patterns. So let's see. So we're going to add 2 more of those. And then on this last one, I'd say from right about here, we're going to open that up. You remember how we did, you know, where I let the thing just roll on slow? So this is what we'll have. I'm going to see if it works right. Oh, that was close. That was close. That was close. All right, and so on, let's see. And that would be another one. We're going to add these on the end so it'll bring in the top line. Oh yeah, because my break is fucked up. Yeah, my break is fucked up. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to have to put in some to catch it back into rhythm here. Because it's like at a third speed, or like a, what would you call it, triplets. It's doing triplets, about the timing of triplets. So we're going to try and get it back into speed using the hi-hats here. So let's see what this is. Oh, that's close, that's close. Let's kill this fucker, because every time I repeat, it'll fucking make noise. So. because that is not working at all in that last half, I'm going to kill these. And we're going to do not a half, we're going to do a quarter. That may work right there, we'll see. We'll have to come back to that. Because there's going to be other shit added. So, alright. This is our next one. I can tell already I need a crash. So we're going to get a crash here. Let's see. That motherfucker is loud, ain't it? Alright, so I'm gonna pull this track over here. We're gonna call it Cymbals. Cymbals, not Cymbals. Cymbals. And we're gonna have a crash, and then I'm gonna bring this thing down because it's way, way too loud. Add a bus compressor on it, level it out. Oops. Level. Alright, this one, yeah, it's pretty much mono. Mono, so to give it some space, matter of fact, this is, yeah, our break and shit too is mono, pretty much. So what we're going to do is insert a group, put them cymbals in there, call this drums, and then we're going to add us. This little program here for spatializing is good, really good. Stereorizer 3, and usually the one that says tickle my beats. First one that pops up. And I'm going to add some reverb onto the cymbals as well. Torverb, let's see. Actually, I like Crystal better. Yeah, and you can see our waves here. That's actually not bad, but it's going a little off into the low end a little more than I want it to. So I'm gonna put an EQ on that as well and get some of that low end out of there, because that's a little more than what you want. Kill all these. Bring up this low. Bring it to about 2. And the secondary in. Yeah, there we go. Now we've killed everything below about 180 and below, while still keeping our main up here. Now what I might do is add some on the high end too to bring out the high end. We're going to use this. Let's see, it needs to be about 85. So we just gonna put that up there. And you see it's we're getting more up in this area now. We'll add a little cue. Kill the super high end off. So that's around 13. We might not even need that. That's pretty on the high end. That's quite high. Yeah, so I don't think we need that. That's way on the high end. Yeah, so that should be fine the way it is. I almost want to... I'm hearing something else go there now. I'm hearing something else. Anyway, I'm going to say what I got here. And I think that's all about the time I've got, because it takes forever on my internet now. I had to downgrade my internet because the Cox was killing me, man. They were trying to charge me way too much, so I had to go to another company, and I'm getting slower internet, but for, you know, what I can really afford. You know, they're getting out of hand on their costs, so I had to put them in check. So what we're gonna do is I'm going to call this this track tutorial. I'm gonna call this the tutorial. Save it, and that way I'll be able to pick it up again next time. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, and you know, you guys giving me the heads up that you guys want me to do this. I really appreciate you guys coming by the channel, and you know, like it, not, oh well, don't matter much. All right, we'll see you again next time. See ya.